It do got a crack in the head. It has been repaired once before. Well, we got a hole in her now. This is the piece that we done got off of yonder. We'll have to put it back on there. It's going to be hard to fix this head. I think what I'll do is break it all apart and then braze it all up, and then I think I'll put it in the milling machine, because this is not going to be a true surface. I can already tell that it's not going to be true. This one has had a valve guide installed in it at some time in the past, and this is the exhaust valve. You can see there was no sealing action at all on the face of that seat right there. It's just terribly carboned up, rusted beyond use. You probably could reface this valve. Well, you can see that just a little bit of scraping, and it's dished out, so when you refaced it, it would be too small. Plus the stem is wore several thousandths. So this valve is going to be replaced with this one, which is a very, very nice valve. Back to original size. This was the intake valve that was in this engine. The same story here. It does have the groove for the clip. If you can see where it was seating at, it was on the very outer edge, and even that is rusted quite deeply with pits in it. If you face this valve off, then it would be too small. The more you face this valve, the deeper in the seat it goes. Plus, if you cut the seat, reface the seat, and replace the valve, then it's too small. This stem is rusted terribly bad also. This one will be replaced with this valve. A very, very good valve. Cast iron head, steel stem. I just cannot say enough good things about these valves. As we continue the cleanup on this head, I pried that piece of brazing there loose, and roll it off. It was not adhered to the metal except right around the edge. We're going to repair that. I mean, if it won't stand a good beating with the hammer, it won't stand a life on the engine. At least we'll know what repair is required. I mean, we're going to have to get it off of there. As you can see, we're going to have to clean this up. We'll have to remove all of the brazing down to raw cast iron and piece this back together. I mean, it has to be done. We have to get it off of there. This being the piece that came out of here, this was the new crack in the center, so it had to be removed. I will have to maintain the temperature in the head while I'm brazing it, and then I'll let it cool down in the oven. But I'm going to go ahead. I just wanted to bring you up to where we're at. I'm still going to remove this brass here and this piece, and then fit it all back together after it's cleaned up. And today seems to be the day to braze up this Fairbanks-Morse dish pan head. Today seems to be the day to get that done. And you see I have ground it with the 4-inch grinder. I have ground it. I'm going to put a little pressure on that little piece that's broke right there. The crack don't go all the way around on those, but this one right here, this piece is broken out. So this is kind of and I have ground that all the way around. I want this to be a little bit shy of level with this front part here where the gasket goes, because once I get it all done, I'm going to put it in the milling machine and mill off to where it's perfectly flat on this side. So what I did, ground all the way around, a little bit extra on the back side, and this has been, what I'm doing is, I do want that to be kinda close. You know, I want to know where I'm at. This part here will hold that up, and then this part right here will hold it straight. And if I put a counterweight on it, such as this, and this is just for weight only to hold up the other end of it. Now, okay, that's there, and I'm going to slide that back a little bit. Actually, that moved out. I'm not happy with that. So now's the time to make adjustments. You don't want this thing falling apart while you are brazing on it. So now I'm happy with that. I may have to put a little weight. I probably should put a little weight right there. A small amount. I think a 1-inch block such as that. There may come a time when I need that, so I'm going to set it there where I can get to it. If I see it raising, then I'll put that on there. If not, I'll leave it off. Okay. Now, I do have the oven in my and the duct tape girl, I have to deal with that later. I do have the oven on about 450 degrees, been on there for a while heating the oven up, and once I get this done, I am going to shove it in the oven there for a little while and turn it off and let it kind of cool down on its own. It'll just help, that's all. It'll just help. I'm going to get the torch and we're going to get on with it. You all see, I did switch over there to that there big torch. Kind of get a little more heat out of it.